another video. What? I love this consistency for myself. In today's video, we're just going to talk about APC. I know the results are coming out this week. Some of you guys are nervous and whatnot. You're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do if I fail? Oh my gosh, this is the end of the road. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm just here to share my story, guys. Like, I started this video off bad. In my head, like, I have things that I want to cover, like points. I don't have them documented anywhere. I should have written notes. But anyway, let's just flow with it. So APC is SAICA's Assessment of Professional Competence. It's the second and final board exam in becoming a CA. What you need to write the exam is an APC certificate, which you can get by doing a board course and one of the approved board course places. You can just check on SAICA's website. Okay, I know there's UJ APT, there's the UCT one, I know there's Endunamu, I know there is blah blah blah. Actually, I don't know the others. I used to know them, but I don't know them. I did APT and I was a bit biased in making my decision, but I did APC twice and I don't regret choosing APT even once. Even your certificate is valid for 3 years, right? You need to have at least 20 months, I think, in your training program or something like that. And you need to have passed ITC, or it's now called IAC. You need to have passed that in order to write the second board exam. And it's not just like a technical exam. So it doesn't just test like your technical knowledge, but it also tests like more professional skills and whether you are able to apply your technical knowledge in real life scenarios. And also like incorporate that professional element. Like when I think of that, I think of CPC, I think of integrity, objectivity, professional behavior, you know, being ethical, things like that. So yeah, that's the APC. So I did my APC twice. Yeah, it's true. I failed the first time. Yeah, it is what it is, man. By the way, this was the first like time I ever like seriously failed something. So I was so worried. I was worried. It was weird, nah? Hey, let me first talk about my journey, like my first attempt. So I did APT. I was a bit biased in my decision because I studied at UJ, so I was comfortable with the lecturers and the people doing the program. But if you want to know which board course to do, I suggest like attending the introductory sessions that they have. All the board courses, I assume, have these. I know UCT and APT have this. So it's like an intro session. So you can see what the program is about. You see the roadmap of the year, etc., etc. So I did attend both, but I already knew I was going to do APT regardless. And I did it twice. So I did my APC twice. I did APT twice and I have zero regrets. I just like the way the program was set up, man. It was more on my pace, you know, slow throughout the year. You practice on the system. You have all these quizzes, exams, and you can get a team. Because at my training office, like not a lot of the trainees did APT. I think in my second attempt, I was the only one doing APT, but it didn't matter because I knew I was going to find a group on the program online and whatever. And I did meet people online. So they do help you find a group if you don't have a group. And you shouldn't feel pressured to choose a program because like most people at your firm are doing that program. If you're worried about being in a team, yeah, don't be forced to do something because everyone is doing it and you are worried you're going to be alone. Because I feel like the programs accommodate for those people who are solo. Well, yeah, anyway. So yeah, my first year doing APT was a bit interesting, man. I think I didn't know what to expect of it. And then when I started the program, I thought like, okay, my first mock exam I passed with like a BC or something. Oh, there's different gradings. So there's like a LC, BC, and C. So LC is like a low competence. BC is like a moderate competence. What does the B stand for? I don't know, but I know it's like in the middle. And then there's a C, which is a competent. So this is what you need to pass. So yeah, I think my first attempt, yeah, so I passed the mock exam with like a BC and I had prepared and studied hard. So I was like, actually, this thing is not that bad. So with every other exam and test that we had, like I was doing really well, like I would pass all of them. And then I thought to myself, like, as much as like I prepared a lot, like I felt like I was applying myself a lot on the day. So with my final exam, I remember I was even watching series throughout the pre-release period because I was like, it's not going to be that hard. Like, I've been passing throughout the year, so it's like, what's the worst that could happen? So I just prepared moderately and I was like, I'm just going to apply myself on the day, which was a big mistake. Like, I regret doing this now. I actually don't regret it because it's good that I failed and had to redo it because I learned, you know, what not to do, which is don't be chilled. Yeah, so I remember even in my prep, like I was like, it's going to be like all the other exams that I wrote this year. It's going to be chilled. I just need to apply myself on the day. But I had no like foundational knowledge. Like, for example, I remember the one thing that just messed with me during that exam was the foreign currency, forward contracts, spot rate, what rate. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, because I did not go through this, Like I had no idea like how to apply my mind. Like obviously I can make up a formula, but if it's not right, I'm gonna get it wrong. So like yeah, when I saw all those exchanges and the rands and the dollars and the yans, ki yan or ki yin or ki euro, whatever it is, all those things, I remember just sitting in the exam and I was like, oh, it's going down, it's going down. So I wasn't able to really apply myself because I didn't have that technical knowledge like solidified in my mind. And like during the preparation process, you obviously do have triggers and stuff, so you know exactly what to study and what you need to be an expert in. So because I was like chilled throughout the week, like I'll just apply myself, I wasn't able to apply myself because I didn't know what to apply myself about or within. Do you know what I'm saying? If this is a bit confusing for you, don't worry. Like once you go through the program, you'll see. Because now I'm like explaining all these things, but you might be like, what is that? What is that? Don't worry about it. I'm just sharing my experience. Okay, so yeah, that's what I did wrong in my first attempt. I took it very lightly and very chilled, and yeah, I did not study as much as I should be studying. I don't even remember what series I was watching, but I was hooked during that time. I was watching it like a crazy person. Imagine. Anyway, that was my first attempt. So and then I got my results the next year, and I remember telling the people, guys, like if I pass, like everything's fine, but if I fail, please don't text me, please don't call me. Don't do nothing. Like, don't talk to me about APC. If I failed it, I would be so sad I failed. So don't talk to me about me failing. And everyone was like, okay, sharp. And then I failed and everyone was texting me and I was like, what the heck, guys? I literally said, don't text me about this. I got so many messages, like I wouldn't even read them. I would just say, thank you so much, copy, paste. I don't know what, till this day, I did not read those paragraphs. And if you are seeing this video and you send me a paragraph, I don't even know. Imagine, I'm sad. You are like, I'm so sorry you are sad. Leave me, let me be sad. I deserved to fail. I deserved to fail. But yeah. And then I did my second attempt. In 2024. At this point, I was like, okay, I have to pass now. I know what I did wrong the first time. I have to do it differently this time. There was nothing really wrong with my group, with my study group. I think we helped each other quite well the first time. So the second time, I did have different people in my group. But some of the other people from my previous group, because we all failed together, we came together again, and then we did it with different people a bit. And yeah, there was nothing wrong with my group. I think my group was quite strong in the first round, quite strong in the second round as well. Maybe even more strong in the second round. We had some auditing people in there. I suck at auditing, right? There was this guy, Brian. Brian is smart, okay? You'd be like, Brian, what are your thoughts on this thing? Brian is smart. Brian is in audit. I don't even chat to the people anymore. Also, I hated audit. But let's not get into my hate for audit. Also, because my nails are showing, I just want to say, I don't know why people love the set so much. Like, everywhere I go, everyone is like, oh, your nails are so cute, your nails are so cute. I don't like the set. I don't. I just put it on for Valentine's because it's like girly and pink and But it's not my favorite. But anyway, let's get into this video. Let's get into the rest of this video. So yeah, the second attempt I did, 2024. Yeah. I think I was more serious in 2024 because I knew like I had to pass. It's my last year of articles. I need to get a job. I need to just finish everything CA related so that I'm a CA like as soon as possible. Yeah, so the next year I took it more serious. I wasn't playing around. I wasn't watching series, like I would study. One other thing that I did in my first attempt that I changed in my second attempt was familiarizing myself with the scenario. I felt like also in my first attempt, like I would practice a lot of papers, but practicing a lot of papers like doesn't do jack. Like you need to understand, like you need to. It's kind of like you need to understand what do they want to see in you to pass. Do you understand? So yeah, in my first attempt, I'd practice a lot of questions. Like I do like a question a week, like papers. But in my second attempt, I would practice for longer periods one paper, if that makes sense. So the first attempt, I would practice paper after paper after paper after paper. But the second attempt, I would do one paper, but it would take me like weeks or like a month, because I'm truly trying to write in parking. What's that English word? When you are within, become one. Yo, that's deep. But yeah, immerse myself into the scenario. See myself at that company, clocking in at 8 a.m. Like that's what I did in my second attempt. Like I really tried to understand the company like a lot, and then solidify my technical knowledge so that when I get the info on the day and the questions on the day, like I am a member at that company. There's nothing you can tell me about this company. John is the chairperson and he's catching on nonsense and I know about it and I'm gonna tell the people, John, in my letter, John, every month he does this in the meetings. Why? There's an exaggerated example. But that's just the truth. Like what I did in my first attempt was I practiced a lot of questions. In my second attempt, I took longer I wasn't in a rush to just respond because it's not about testing your technical knowledge, but it's about professionalism, professional competence. So that's what I did different in my second attempt. I also time management, man. In my first attempt, I felt like if I knew an answer and I knew I was strong in this question, like I would take my time to like write it out completely. But in my second attempt, I was like, you know what? If I give myself 30 minutes on this question, that's it. Like whether I've like I feel like I know more, I want to put in more. I'm not gonna put in more because my 30 minutes is up. It's done. Like what I should have said, I should have said. If I didn't say it and 30 minutes up, it's done. Let's go to the next question. Because if you don't allocate time properly, like you'll find out that you miss other marks or the other questions because you can't attempt them all. So that's what I did different in my second attempt. Like, so time management is very important with APC. Also, if you don't attempt a question, it's an automatic fail. So you have to attempt each and every question in that paper. If you skip just question one, fail. And then manage your time well. Like manage your time well. Like don't show grace to yourself. If your 15 minutes or 10 minutes is up, it's up. Move on. If you have time at the end, you'll come back. So yeah, that's something I did differently in the second attempt. And then also with my final exam, what I did different was I read the pre-release paper like I would read my Bible. Literally every day, every second of the day, I would read the pre-release paper. So you have 5 days, right? You get your pre-release at like, okay, this other nail just popped off. These are stick-ons, by the way. You have 5 days, so yeah, you read the paper, you do your triggers, whatever, you start your research, whatever. Then the next morning again, I would read my paper. The next morning again, I would read the pre-release. I would read it every day. And if like I'm bored, like let's say I've studied and I want to take a break, I'm taking a break with my pre-release paper and I'm rereading those emails and those things because I want to see what it is that I'm missing. If there's something I didn't pick up, and that's how I became immersed in the paper, became one within that company. I was that newly qualified CA that they just hired. They go ABC PTY Ltd. Yeah, so reading your paper every day, it really helped me because there was this one question in the final exam in 2024 where they were asking us to analyze the business model of like a franchise, this other franchise company. I think that's what it was. And I felt like there was no direct trigger to this. But because I understood the company so well, I was able to like flow in that question, like thinking on the spot, like this shouldn't be like this. This isn't working. Why can't we do this? Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, and I was so proud of myself. As I was answering that question, I was like, wow, like this was not triggered directly. Maybe indirectly it was somewhere triggered, but because I know this company so well, I know this doesn't make sense. There's no way. This business module is not the one. Hey, cash flows. Hey, what? I wrote there. I was like, So yeah, that's my second attempt. And then I passed my second attempt. Praise the Lord. I passed the second exam. And yeah, those are just the things that are, when you start a sentence and you think it's going somewhere, but then it doesn't go and you're just like, what the heck? That's just the sentence that I just want to say. Like, if you fail, it's not the end of the road. It might feel horrible, but like people fail APC a lot, right? And if it's just your first time or second time or third time failing, it's also fine. Like, if you go on LinkedIn and you read people's stories, like when they finally pass like the 7th or the 8th time or whatever, you can see like this thing is actually not that deep. Well, not that it is that deep, but like you'll be comforted to know that like you're not the only one, and like your story will be different to other people, and be comfortable with that. People always say like, oh, if you fail the ethics questions, you're gonna fail. That's not true. There's an ethics question in the exam. If you fail the question, you don't fail. It depends on what you answer. If they're telling you, John is doing 1, 2, 3, hey, I like John, man. The fact that I keep putting this name in. If they say in the ethics question that John is doing 1, 2, 3, and they're like, what are your thoughts? And you say, yeah, you must pay John money because John is increasing our sales and no one knows about it. Let's give him a bonus. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are unethical. Like, do you understand? Like, you will fail the whole exam because what the heck? What are you saying? John is a liar. John needs to be fired. My God. If you get an LC, you fail. So there's like probably like 8, 7 questions and you get gradings per question. And they're like, if you get 1 LC, you fail. It can't be. So there's weightings, right? If you get like 5 LCs and like 3 BCs, I think that's a fail. If you get like 2 Cs and like 3 BCs and 2 LCs, I think that's a pass. If you get like 3 LCs, 2 BCs, and like 1 C, that could be a pass. I don't know exactly how it's rationed, but like you can get an LC in one question and still pass. So that's what I'm saying. If your time is up, move to the next question. And then if you have any other questions, you can put them in the comment section, man, and I'll try to answer them. I will answer them. I won't try. I will answer them. And that's the end of my video. Bye.